Hey there, dear Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your December 2022 reading. We're a bit early with it here. Please do keep in mind this is a channel message, and it may, I find actually, it usually resonates more in the literal sense about 6 to 8 months down the line. Without further ado, let's jump into it. This is the channel Alchemy and You, and we're working here with any particular placement of Taurus. Sun sign, Venus, Moon, Rising. Everybody has Taurus somewhere in their chart, and so feel free to apply these messages to however you find that it does resonate for you. It's going to be different for everyone every month, right? We go through transits. Let's get into it. Justice coming out for you right off the bat. I was just meditating on your energy, dear sweet Taurus. I was getting that you're going to find an immense level of success here with something. There's something that is going to be going through the roof. And what I was getting was very interesting, is that you're almost not expecting this. Like, I feel like you almost kind of want to remain humble about whatever this is. Let's clear it. I hear that you also want to maintain a certain image here. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe, for example, you know, it's one of those moments that's bittersweet. It's like, I don't really want to graduate. Like, I still kind of want to be a kid. Is it exciting that I'm graduating? Yeah, maybe even valedictorian style. Okay. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, it's like you kind of don't want to grow out of maybe some sort of a youthful sort of phase in life. We have the King of Wands. Wow. But I feel like this is and it could be a metaphor. You're accepting a prize here, Taurus. This is something that, oh boy, you worked so fucking hard for. This is something that you're accepting now into your life. It could be a new sort of way of interacting even with someone. King of Wands here leading out of the King of Cups. Yeah, wow. It's a big deal. Page of Wands. Okay. So some of you will actually, I see you've taken something on. It may even be a sort of inheritance. I was meditating, I'm seeing that coming through. This is something someone will pass on to you. I'm hearing bread, something about bread. Okay. We have the Page of Wands, 1, 2, 3, mirroring that King of Wands. Interesting. Two of Swords. Yeah, this was something that maybe has already taken place, and I feel like now I see like a multiple sort of waves to this experience. It's almost like I see you sort of building off of, okay, yeah, maybe what already has taken place. How do we say this? So let's say, yeah, this is something with children for some, or family. You may have, like, let's say, even start a foundation. Maybe it's going very successful. It's like you don't want to necessarily maybe promote it in a public way, what's going on with the business, but then I feel like someone else may come through and they're like, wow, we're very, very impressed with how it is that you're running this business. Can we, like, interview you, for example? And it's like, okay, well, I guess, you know, I feel like you don't really, I gotta be very honest, I feel like your natural inclination is not to, let's say, publicize or promote whatever this is, like in a really obvious way, but I feel like someone here, and there's an opportunity there's an opportunity that, I mean, this is huge, honestly. Yeah, this is huge. Somebody may even want to, like, but this reminds me of the Gemini reading a little bit. It's like, the question is, do I want to go more public with this? Maybe there's someone who wants to invest in, let's get further. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The World. Some of you feel that it may complicate the story should you sort of, you know, I think this is a good thing. Maybe it's even like so-called free press, but then I feel like it could get a little complicated, or you've been feeling that it could. Maybe some of you, you know, you're not so hot about really opening up about what has been going on, for better, for worse. You know, it's like, I want to go through this sort of on my own, but I feel like it's almost this feeling of like the universe is like kind of forcing you to level up. It's like, come on, Taurus, like, tell us about, but yeah, this is, if you have a lot of Gemini in your chart, it's a mixed bag of marbles, yeah, with the message, because I feel like you are maybe getting some sort of even assistance in some area of life, but then, or maybe you did, and it just didn't go according to plan. Some of you, if that was the case, I see that if someone even compromised, okay, your privacy, they're going to redeem that with you. Absolutely. If something was like inappropriate, okay, and then you like close your doors after that, I see this person coming back, like, hey, okay, we have the Queen of Cups. Could be dealing with a water or an earth sign, another earth sign or a water sign, or someone who has a lot of earth and water. Some of you are dealing with someone who really does miss you. I hear that again. Okay, so someone here, there may be a third person who has information about something. Maybe even like there are a number of people who are coming through to you like, hey, you know, even in a general, it's a metaphor yet again. This is signs from the universe that, you know, okay, I guess it's time for me to do this or that. Some of you maybe keep having dreams. Yeah, there was something karmic going on. You had a really actually big opportunity with someone, but I feel it didn't manifest, or it was like there was some strange like star-crossed lover misunderstanding in the past between you and this person. is the feeling I'm getting. And then I see something will start to leak, okay, about what really is going down there. Yes, the Two of Cups right there. For some of you, you're dealing with the Ace of Wands. Wow. Some of you, I'm seeing an earth sign, water sign. You're going to be reuniting, having a huge reunion here. Please save this video to a playlist. Come back to this video over time because it may really resonate, not necessarily just today when you're watching this video, but down the line, okay, as well, in a more literal sense. For some of you, though, you're having dreams. This is the clue to how you'll know. This is a querent light worker reading. I'm not talking about someone who's, I went to Beyonce's, like, show, like, I'm pretty sure we're twin flames. It's like, yeah, so, I mean, we're talking someone here as well as a querent who can differentiate, the over, how do we say, Shadow Neptune, okay, from let's clear the energy. Okay, so for some of you here, we're going to get into that, but there is someone here who maybe was even influencing how it is that you would, I don't want to say cash in on your assets now, on your potentials here, but yeah, I mean, someone was getting in the way about how you even were able to observe the potential in a return relationship that you were already in. It's almost like I didn't have the chance to appreciate this because there was someone else kind of in the conversation. Now, okay, we're going to get to that in a bit. Now, what I'm seeing further, some of you, though, it's like I see something coming up, and I feel like some of you, you weren't talking to someone. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. I hear that again. Maybe finances were involved. Maybe it was the financial side of the relationship that was getting in the way of how you're able to appreciate someone. I see someone here with a headdress on. Now, for some of you, let's clear Ace of Pentacles, the Tower. Oh my God, Taurus. Listen, are you ready? Get ready to rumble, okay? Because yeah, the stage has already on it technically. Yeah, they've already sort of like bought your show. I hear they want you to show out. Okay, it's like, wait, what? Oh my God, you're not gonna tell me this last minute. Now, for some of you here with the Magician and the Ten of Wands leading you out with the Tower, and you're gonna be very successful. I see, even with some sort of opportunity. I'm hearing something about finances. I'm hearing Great Lakes. Okay. Something is last minute. It's almost even the feeling of like somebody wants you. They want to feature your work. They want to feature you. They want to present you. I feel like you've known this, but I don't think that you were planning on really accepting. I don't know. You were putting it off, whatever it was. Okay, yeah. I feel like you've known about whatever this was, or you knew, hey, I had the opportunity to do this or that. Five of Wands on that Knight of Wands. Some of you, there was I keep hearing a third party. It's like maybe, for example, it's karmic. It's like every time I had the opportunity to level up in my life, then so-and-so, Jimmy John Jones needs my, okay, yeah. Everyone knows when Jimmy John Jones calls you up, you have to answer Jimmy John Jones. Like, then I had to like pay this off or do that, or, had some big, issue with my mother. I'm here. That's like, this is the karmic energy. And until you really kind of identify, no, sorry, that's actually not a priority. And I'm going to actually do that before that. Hangman in reverse. Then you're going to come to this point to be able to actually integrate and connect with with also who really you resonate with. Because I feel like someone here is like someone very simple. Okay, in relation to the complexity of the love and the marriage truly that you have already with someone who is very deep and meaningful to you, something was coming in between that and complicating it to bits. Like, okay, how it's ironic even. Like, okay, it's like Shrek. Okay. And Fiona, Romeo and Juliet. We're not talking gender, okay, right? But just to clarify, there's love. Okay, there's love. That's the point, right? And so when there's love and they want to connect and they want to have a conversation and talk, all of a sudden it's like, oh, sorry, like Shrek, hold on, like that one scene. Yeah, you're right. It's important. It's coming up, and yeah, you're right to feel that there's something big on the horizon between you and Fiona. But we need to talk to you about like this one. Shrek doesn't even know. Oh, what they're talking. Oh, sorry, Fiona, hold on. It's like, does this seem like a good trade-off? It's like, okay, yeah, it's actually a test. Okay, karmically, and it's like, so does Shrek really give up that one scene because he has a telemarketer at his door wanting to talk to him about why his shoes ought to be tailored in this way? That's like Shrek doesn't even wear shoes. Yeah, so it's something ironic. Okay, the Fool. It's like, when will you realize? But this happens over and over. Okay, I almost get like a narcoleptic vibe. It's like every time like Shrek, you're about to make love to Fiona. It's like you get your phone call, and it's like, is that really that important? Anyways, the Fool here on the Wheel of Fortune. Now, for some of you, yeah, it's like are you going to answer the call, the real call that really matters? That's going to lead you to, yeah, I'm hearing something about money lender. Okay, this came through in the Gemini reading. Yeah, to the to the moment that's really truly of a lifetime, not just like of that one scene, like in the temporal sort of in the present moment here and now. It's like, so some of you here, there's something that I see you committing to, Taurus, or you're dealing with someone who's going to be committing, and this could also be a third party coming in who you got to get square with this person. Like, you need to be on the same page here with us, or otherwise we're not going to work with you. For some of you here, someone here maybe is kind of going off on their own, okay, with even your reputation, your public reputation. This is the Gemini reading again. Check out the Gemini reading, because it seems there's a lot of overlap, and when we were in the Gemini, you came through strongly as well. So, okay, side note, just take it as you will, though. The Hangman in reverse, if you feel guided to watch, always consult your own intuition with that. Four of Pentacles upright leading you out. There's something that does not feel right, okay, and you knew it. It's like, I know that this person, or this even thing that I'm, let's say, investing in, okay, this conversation that I'm, like, even, how do we say, bending over backwards for at a certain point, or working so hard towards, is not the point. And this could be yet again a metaphor, where it's like, I realize that remaining in my humble little, I'm hearing two-story, I'm hearing Fortune 500 mansion, but that's in quotes, I don't know, is not the answer. Like, it's time for me to experience my life. Maybe, this is again a metaphor, like, you were maybe very cheap with yourself. It's like, you're making a lot of money, it's like, now's the time to enjoy it. Strength here, it's time to enjoy my experience. Now, for somebody, this has to do with a third party, though. There was someone here maybe taking a lot of your energy and your time. Every time that you wanted to maybe even get closer to someone, this person would somehow come through. And we always talk about this on this channel. Very important to know the energy semantics, right, of a certain experience that you're having. When I'm, let's say, about to have a beautiful experience with the love of my life. However, whatever it happens to be. We're about to make love, or whatever it is. Gonna go to dinner and have a nice, just to chill, sort of like time together. Who's the one calling? Who's the one, with some issue suddenly that, they need to, sorry, it's like not something so-called like obvious, but it's like on an energetic level, a pattern that you're starting to pick up on. This is the important conversation, I feel, of especially the second week. And once we lead into the next few weeks, I see that you're going to really be sort of committing to what you really feel is the primary conversation. And it's almost the feeling of, someone's calling you, they're very hot on the other end of the phone, like, okay, we really need to like talk about this. It's like, will that ever be what you feel necessarily, right? Needs to be done, needs to be talked about, and at what time. So this is about standards and boundaries, and surpassing the sort of impending nature, okay, of the will of others, where others are like very much, let's say, wanting something of you, okay, and it's like, well, but hold on, I need to realize that when I do those things, then that detracts from another conversation that I could potentially have. Okay, so that will also work for me. So Taurus, I feel this is a matter of giving back to yourself. This is a matter, though, on some shape or form, plane or another, of also experiencing the riches of your story, and really sort of being more vulnerable and surrendering to what it is that you feel, honestly you deserve, okay? Yeah, you work very, very much in your lane with a certain experience here. I see that as well. For years now, you've been really committed to what it is that you wanted to manifest. I see it like this, in this way for you. And I'm hearing it's finally time to give back to your own self, okay? Yeah, I'm hearing your own self in your own story, not like, how do we say this? It's like, maybe you're even running a business. It's like, it's time to treat yourself like an employee, Some of you are working so hard. 10 of Cups here. And it's also about realizing who encourages you to do that, right? You could be like, let's say, working with someone. It's like, this person is not really encouraging you to think like, in a space of self-love, right? As one who has self-love, it's almost like the type of manager or coworker who's just coaching this like really toxic, okay, mentality of, oh no, you have to like work really hard to be successful. No. Okay, this is not those, And so this is time for you to like, I feel, also get out of that space of, kind of going along even with that for a period of time, allowing someone to also, perpetuate that mentality, maybe even in your business. Maybe this is someone you're working with. Maybe it's time to put your foot down and say, hey, maybe you're CEO of a company. It's like, I want to change the way that we're sort of like perceiving of this, of this mantra mentality in this industry, maybe even overarchingly. Let's go. I'm hearing overall. So I'm hearing overruling. I'm hearing overruling, over presiding. I'm hearing the dictate. Yeah, so this is not about being determined. It's about being discretionary with how it is that you are involving yourself in also the interests of others. So this is not just like, they want to work with me, I'm going to work with them. This is like, what is actually going to be truly in my own good, okay, of my own my sense of self-worth. I hear that as well, where I can actually see myself doing this, not like I hear this person asking me to do this thing on the other end of the phone, and this is a request, and am I just going to react to it? This is about also you realizing that it's not quantity, it's about quality. Magician right there. Wow, yeah, you're gonna have a test here come through, Taurus. I feel this is really a matter of, okay, also, like, I'm not here just for anybody and at any time, okay? Having yet again self-respect, not just like respecting myself as a worker or as someone who is working on my business, but also as like a soul, right? Spiritually. When you feel like, let's say you don't want to do something, okay, are you gonna do it? It's like something like this, you know, where do I respect how it is that I become who I become? The process is so much more, okay, a matter of the long-term potential than the actual path that is led out. Interesting. It's about your perspective. Some of you, Taurus, you're like, I cannot respect running my company the way that I'm running it, knowing that this is how I feel. Okay, in and along. Okay, that I'm hearing I'm hearing that degree program. Something about a degree program. A degree. I'm hearing I'm hearing that something about a dinner. I see you talking to someone, you have like a really strong just moment of clarity. It's like, I don't think I belong here. I hear it like this. It's like maybe you hear everyone kind of like, yeah, well, this is my future. It's like, I just want to live like this or that. I don't know. Maybe even you're hanging out with like someone, I'm here at Rockefellers. It's like everyone's like extremely rich, but they're not willing to like enjoy their life even the least bit or in the slightest. It's like you feel like there's something kind of really off about, there's something very, just kind of honestly depressing even. It's like, so you guys like made it and this is how you're living? I don't know. The Queen of Pentacles, the Fool, it's like something is Matrix even. It's like, yeah, I see a Maserati here. Let's put, I'm hearing, I don't want to have dinner like that. I mean, I don't even, maybe you even experience part of what so-called is the epitome of success or status or wealth, and you're just like, this is not what makes me happy. Okay, no. I want to be really kind of, loosening the grip, okay, with those types of, I'm hearing even shareholders. So yeah, it could be a metaphor. Because clear. It could be, yeah, it's sort of like something symbolic even. I see a Mustang here. Some of you, like, it's just that you're weighing it out. And it's just not adding up, you know, at a certain, let's clear the energy. Some of you, this is about people that you're working with who are somehow influencing how you do what you do. For example, okay, the people who work in the company or the people who you bounce ideas around with, or it's just something social that is a sort of like complementary to the, let's say, the everyday, okay, of how you do what you do in terms of your finances. It's kind of starting, it's a burden, okay? It's a burden, and some of you want to simplify. It's like, I don't want to be, let's say, going into work every day. I don't want to have to interact with these people every single day. It's like something like that. Okay, some of you, you're thinking heavily, serious now, about what you need to do so that you can have the lifestyle you want. I'm hearing aloha. Yeah, wow, the Hierophant. So some of you, like, look, you know, I think at the end of the day, you know, it's a gradient, and you're at the point where it's getting gradually more obvious where on the gradient you sit when it comes to how you feel about what you want out of this experience. Let's back it up, clear throat chakra. So you're starting to realize as well that, you know, for some of you, that it's not about the finances anymore. It's not just about the finances. It's not just about, you know, some of you feel like you've even so-called made it, and you're like, that's not, I don't want to go linear with my success. I want to now grow out of, okay, how it is that I've, you know, seen my own story to this point, find, okay, a sense of meaning and belonging. When it is that I see it as, I'm hearing a long-term but short-term experience at the same time. No, now it's like I see you saying, I don't want to think about what I'm doing as time. I want to be in the moment, and I want to be not only in the moment, but I want to be seeing actually what I manifest in the so-called real time. So how do we say this? You know, some of you, but this is more like even an interest in industry, a mantra, something of even like, let's say a perspective that a business holds that you're no longer in favor of. It's like, I don't believe, you're not really wanting to support even a certain space. I hear it in this way any longer, because you feel that it's not actually serving the true needs of, I'm even hearing, Mother Gaia. It could be something environmentally. For some of you, I'm hearing this is something legal. For some of you, this is something about business rights, owner's rights, ownership. Let's go to let's say money. This is something maybe even that you, you just kind of have, again, you have a really stark moment of clarity of morals when it comes to so-called success and so-called business. And so maybe some of you, this is about your investment. Something about a school. This came through in the Gemini. I'm hearing Pisces. You may want to check out the Pisces reading. There could be a focus on that reading as well. Some of you here, this has to do with a move you want to make to a Wands, right? It could even be a country. It's like, I don't really, this came through in the Gemini reading. Oh, came through in the Gemini reading. You're like, I don't respect this industry anymore. Maybe you saw how even a product, it's like, I heard that that's how they treat their employees, or I heard that that's how they treat, it's like, I'm here with women's rights or animal rights. There's just something that you kind of lose taste for. I feel that there's an increased sense of empathy as well. Death card, Page of Swords. Some of you dealing with a Taurus who wasn't willing to clear karma. I feel that they will do that. I wouldn't make on that though. That's a very nuanced message, and it may not be for everybody. So I see someone here so-called very good looking. Someone here is an actor. I'm hearing something about Bollywood. This person was like not, they weren't doing something maybe ethically, and you were trying to explain that to them. I even see a surgeon here. It's like they weren't, and then I see that they're going to finally get down to something. Some of you separated from that person. I see that they've had an epiphany about whatever that was. I almost get like something underground. Let's back it up, clear throat chakra. Some of you here, this was your story. Your guides did not really want you investing in a certain space. And I see that you may understand that maybe in a certain way, officially, now, where it's like, okay, that is, definitely, it's like, oh my God, is that, maybe your guides are going to expose some things. Some of you, you're going to realize what goes on in the back end. Some of you, this is even like a TV show. Okay, so take it as you will. This could be even a culture. Maybe you hear about, there's just something going on here. Some of you may want to even, I see a documentary. I see someone with a backpack. Some of you, someone's going to quit a job. Yeah, the Sun, whoa, on the Empress. So for some of you, 9 of Wands, wow. I'm hearing 60 minutes, like, I'm seeing that with the Wheel of Fortune, the ticker, Strength. 3 Cups. Wow, this may even be a family business. Like, you may want to come out and expose something. Yeah, the lights just went on, like, in this huge building. Or someone here wants to expose. Huge is all relative. You want to kind of maybe come out about what goes into the making of XYZ, How is it that so-and-so is so-and-so? How is it that they do that and by that time and in this way, For some of you, this has to do with drugs, okay? Some of you, this has to do with money. For some of you, this is, someone's going to be exposed, though. Okay, King of Swords on the Ace of Pentacles. The 6 of Wands. The Lovers, wow. Some of you, this is even you. Maybe it's like you feel that you want to provide some sort of, you're a traceable program. How do we say, I see fries, a basket of fries. You want to, let's clear in the throat chakra. Let's clear it again. Wow. This is generational karma at play. This is also very controversial. I feel a lot of people will not want you to speak out about this, okay? This is about a Machiavellian, I'm hearing source code contract, okay? For some of you, you are here to I'm hearing defame and dispel the illusion, okay, of what it is that has been so wrong for so many lifetimes. Okay, through with the death card here on the page for so long, okay, but for so many years, I hear specifically there's something cyclical. The turnover has kept up with eyes that don't keep. I'm hearing the pace with the journey that it actually makes. Something was underground, guys. Let's clear Ace of Cups. Let's clear throat chakra. Some of you, in other words, I see something about London. I see you want to stop the show, and it's like I see you want to expose like who's really behind this or that. However, Ace of Cups here. It's even like an industry in general. It's like, you know how they do the so-and-so and so-and-so that fast? And in this way, it's like maybe, I see something about, I keep seeing something about drugs. It's like maybe you want to expose how one industry talks to another industry, but that also I feel will be of assistance to what you really are passionate about. So for some of you, the point is that you want to change the industry, one, to how people view it. This is about something that someone was talking about. Maybe even you felt that, yeah, this has to do with even communities that are, like, disadvantaged, so-called, you know, disadvantaged, so-called poor. Yeah, you guys have even information about someone, and I feel that you feel that it's in your hands to divulge it. We'll see you guys in the